Hello everyone, Brickdark here. Today we're reviewing the LEGO Star Wars 2021 Mandalorian Starfighter set, which has 3 minifigures, 544 pieces, and retails in the United States for $60. So here is Bo-Katan Kryze. I probably mispronounced that. This is a figure a lot of people have wanted to get in LEGO for a very long time, and it's almost perfect. And when I say almost, it's this. Where you see the antenna right here, those lines are supposed to be up there, but they're a bit lower. And that just bugs me a bit. I still think the helmet looks great. And don't get me wrong, the figure as a whole looks absolutely incredible. I'm very glad we're getting this figure here. But if it was just moved up a millimeter, the figure would have been genuinely perfect. Is this as bad as some of the other instances of this? No, not at all. But still, it is something to note. But looking at the figure herself, she does come with these very realistic blasters, which is very interesting. She also comes with this antenna piece, which comes in a pack of, I think, 4. And you also get this piece that just attaches via an accessory hole in the helmet. You can see the very reflective torso printing, as well as a gunmetal gray jetpack. Underneath, you do have a face, and they do include this hairpiece for her, which isn't great. It gets the point across, but it does fail. You also have this face on the other side. I do think the face is really cool with that metal headband, but taking off the jetpack so you can take a look at the back torso printing. More reflective Beskar goodness. But that is it for Bo-Katan. Definitely a really cool figure. I just wish that this was properly placed. Here is Gar Saxon. I'm just going to shine the flashlight so you can get a better look at him. But this is an incredible figure. You got this excellent gunmetal gray and red color scheme with some yellow. Unfortunately, again, the visor is lower than it should be, but again, it's not as bad as some other figures, and they've created this entirely new piece which has the horns on top. Now, these aren't the fully accurate size horns, they're actually a fair bit taller, but this still looks absolutely excellent. You can see his face print under there. He does come with this one blaster. Does look like they printed on the waist cape, which is a bit unfortunate, but I don't really care. The figure still looks absolutely excellent. Just gonna briefly turn off the flashlight so you can get a better look at his back torso printing, or so I can remove the jetpack. All characters have the same gunmetal gray jetpack. You can see that is his torso design on the back. This is probably a top 5 non-CMF figure of 2021. It's up there. This is a really, really cool figure. Not to discount the other 2 figures in this set. I still think they're absolutely excellent. But yeah, this figure, it's great. Finally, we have the Mandalorian Loyalist figure. And this figure also looks absolutely excellent. If you compare, this is what the 2011 version of the character looked like, and it's night and day. I really like these figures. I've got quite a few of them, but wow, seeing them side by side, wow, it's something, man. But you can see here the extremely detailed torso print. You also have the helmet with the nice detailing. Unfortunately, no face print, just a black head, but it's not nearly as bad as with, like, Din Djarin, where we actually have seen his face. It's just a regular guy. Again, got those very realistic blasters, and I'm just gonna turn off the flashlight so I can take off his jetpack, and you can see the back torso design. And, yep, again, very detailed, some scratched up Beskar there, and all of the figures in this set are absolutely incredible, but they unfortunately all do suffer from that lower visor, though I believe Bo-Katan has it the worst, which is unfortunate, but still, they're all great figures. From this angle, the Mandalorian Starfighter looks excellent. It's really cool and really imposing. And then you turn it to the side and you realize it's slanted. Yeah, this is something, this is my big issue with the set, is that it's slanted. But we'll get into all of that and why I'm very, very annoyed at that. But first, let's take a look at the build and get all the details done. Starting up at the front, you do have these two little blasters, which don't actually fire, but on the side here, you do have these stud shooters, which if you don't know how these work, just push down, and they fire out. They're on both sides, and you can easily remove these, so if you want to have it completely tiled off and not have the stud shooters on there, that's a definite option. You do have this cockpit piece, which has 3 stickers on it, including 2 on the side that are very annoying to put on. But it's not too big of an issue. And then you do also have this gap where they use these pieces. I'm not sure really what to call them, but you have that definite gap in the cockpit. Not a huge fan of that. Is as bad as the 2021 Slave 1. No, but it's still not great. On the inside, there is a little control panel. Can you see that? I don't think you can see that, but yeah, you can just about see it. I'm getting poked in the eye because this thing's really tall. But there is a control panel. Nothing particularly new. Now, you can take Bo-Katan and your Mandalorian Loyalist and fit them both in there with their jetpacks on, which is really cool. You do have to move her rangefinder down. This is the first time I've done this, so hopefully I don't mess it up. But yeah, they both fit in there with their jetpacks. Maybe just move down the arm. And yeah, they fit in there pretty nicely. It looks very good. Now, on the back here, yes, so you can see these 2 stickers, as well as this little turret which can turn. And you do have another sticker on the back there. And now it's time to get into the functionality of the ship. So, with your Mandalorian Starfighter, what you can do with this set, because this is the landed position, you can fold these wings down, and then turn the cockpit, and just like that, it's ready to fly. And you can also turn this part at the back to make it look correctly as well. And you're off to fly. Looks really cool. It's very easy to hold, very easy to swoosh. And then the final detail is on each of the end of the wings, you do have these spring-loaded shooters, which you can fire very easily. And you have no risk of really activating them unless you put this in the landed position wrong. And here's my gripe with this set. So, you have this spinning cockpit function, and so if I put this back up, in all actuality, all you need to make this thing stand up correctly is 2 studs. Can't see them, but 2 studs. That's all you need. That is genuinely all you need. I'm just going to take a stud from the stud shooters, just for illustration purposes. But if I turn it around like here, you can see that it's right. It stands. It's perfectly good. And you might be thinking now, oh, well, maybe they had to not include those 2 studs because otherwise you couldn't turn the cockpit. Well, let me show you. Move this down. It still moves fine. I don't understand why LEGO did not include these 2 studs so that the thing stands up properly. It doesn't make any sense. Because it works just fine. It just works just fine with the 2 studs. It can turn still incredibly smoothly. It does touch one of the wings, but still, you can move it through. It doesn't block the wings. And yeah, I really don't understand why they didn't implement this. Yes, it's an easy fix, but it's such an easy fix that I don't see why they didn't implement it. But you can get a look at the wings. I always like these types of builds where you're building out these big wings, but it's a very nice pattern. But yeah, the fact that it works just fine with the turning. It works completely fine. We never compromise on the quality of our products. Well, if it wasn't enough of a lie already, certainly is now. So, messing around, it does appear that you do need 2 studs on either side to make it fully stand up. In which case, yes, I can understand, because 2 studs would block the wing and they would pop off. But I just don't understand why LEGO didn't include even 1 layer to make the slant much less obvious and off-putting. Because this is the ideal look. This right here is the ideal look for the Starfighter with the 2 studs underneath. It's completely parallel to the ground. It's not slanting. It's the ideal look. So if they couldn't genuinely accomplish that, why they didn't just include the extra 2 studs is genuinely beyond me. Or, yeah, just the 2 studs so the slant is much less obvious. Again, this is the ideal look, but I can understand if they couldn't do this. But they very easily could have added the 2 extra studs to make it look better. I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't. The box for this is a pretty standard, maybe slightly thicker $60 box, and on the back, it shows the thing parallel to the ground. Why? Why? They're even just fake advertising. It isn't what it looks like when you get it out of the box. You have to add those 4 studs to get this look. Why, LEGO? Why? But the side box art's nice. You do have the Ahsoka clone up there. Why? The instructions are pretty big. At the back, you've got the win ad, as well as an ad for the Skywalker saga. I've got a feeling that it's gonna get delayed again. You have a checklist of characters, of which I now own the Bad Batch shuttle, and this set probably will at some point get all of them. Then you have an ad that shows a bunch of Clone Wars sets from 2020 and 2021. I own all of these 4, so the top 2 and then these bottom 2, and I do plan to get both of these if I can get the Anakin's Jedi Interceptor before it retires, which may not be possible, but we'll see. This is a set with great minifigures and a really good looking build that is very much soured by one small detail that they decided not to include. Why they didn't even go with drop-down landing gear, I don't know. 2013 version had that. But at the end of the day, the fact that it's so easy to fix and make this look like it actually should does save the set a lot. But it also makes me question why LEGO didn't do anything more to make this thing parallel to the ground like it is on the box. Again, the figures are great. They're all absolutely amazing. They'll probably all be worth $30 in 5 years. Unless they get reprinted in a bunch of other sets, which I don't think is particularly likely to happen. But yeah, as for the model itself, I do genuinely think this is a really cool looking model, and it's a really cool and imposing model. You just have to add 4 studs of your own. And of course, with the stud shooters and extra studs, they are included, so I guess by proxy you can make this thing perfect. But like the AAT from 2020, I have to judge this set based off what LEGO tells you is the complete model. Again, with the AAT, that's a very easy set to fix. You just take off 2 parts. And this set, you add 4 studs. But I have to judge sets based off of what LEGO thinks is the finished model. And this is a finished model I don't think is particularly good. Again, it's saved by those extra 4 studs and the figures. And the fact that it looks really, really good. Just, I don't understand how they couldn't figure out how to make the thing not slant. It didn't have the audacity to put it not slanting on the box. It's ridiculous to me. With all that said, this set still gets a 7 out of 10 to me, because You prop this thing up properly and it looks beautiful. It's absolutely great. I love it. And the figures are also great. They're not perfect, but they're still great. 9.5 out of 10 figures. But the slant. The damned slant. Again, the fact that it's very easy to fix makes this set get that 7 out of 10. If it was something that was genuinely hard to fix, this set would not be getting a 7 out of 10, I can tell you that much. Do I recommend this set? Yeah, I do. I do. It might not sound like I do, but I do. Again, you get such cool figures, you get a very cool build, and you do get the necessary studs required to have it be propped up and look as it should. So with all that, I do recommend this set, but I can't give it more than a 7 out of 10 because of that damn slant. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you guys later. Peace.